All right, good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, November 18th. And today we're going to be looking at the distance between 2 points and also the distance between two different axes, the X and Y axis. Yesterday, Tuesday, November 17th, we talked about how to plot points. And then Monday, November 16th, we talked about how to label the parts of a coordinate plane. We talked about how to plot the different points, how we go in an ordered pair. And today we're going to look at the distance between X and Y axis, and sometimes the Y and X axis, and also the distance between 2 points. So looking at your video, this will be loaded up, this lesson here today on Wednesday, November the 18th on your Canvas, so you will have this video as well. This explains this video, the distance, how we count to see how far point to point, how the points are distance. Your notes on the distance, you can just pull that up. So what is the distance between the 2 points? And it explains some things about that. So it tells you to plot the following points on your coordinate. Remember, X-axis is always first, Y-axis comes second. Then you would plot also this X-axis and this Y-axis. Okay, so if I was going to plot these points here, remember with the little review from the other day, I got -3. So starting here at my origin, I'm going to go, obviously, the number line, I'm going to go to the left here. So 1, 2, 3, and I just leave my pencil there. And now I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that would be my point for -3, 4. Remember, this is your X. Okay, and then up here is your Y. The next one is 4, 4. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 on my X, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4 on my Y. So that's what we're trying to figure out, the distance between these 2 points here. Okay. So with that being said, it's really just as simple as counting those from the point where you labeled this one to that one. You're just counting over, okay, to see the total distance it is from there. Some of the times it will be the X-axis or the Y-axis that you will be looking at to tell the distance from that. Those are just giving you the points. So when they do ask you for the different differences between the distances between two axes, the X and Y axis, for that one, we have, for example, here, this is also one of your assignments that will be for today. And this one here, distance between 2 points practice. So we have, what is the distance between the Y axis and the point -3, -2? So if we imagine we had coordinate plane here, we had the Y, then we had the X, okay? Then we had 1, 2, 3 negative, and then we went 1, 2, -2. So our point would be right here, okay? Because that's going to be 1, 2, 3 negative on my X-axis here. And then it's going to be 1, 2 down below. Remember, anything that goes below 0, that is a negative value. So that would be my -2. Now, it wants to know what is the distance between the Y-axis and the point -3, 2. Well, to figure that out, we know my Y is here. So I've got to think about distance. Remember, distance for this one is a positive relation. So if I'm looking at Y, then I just look at my X. And my X, I see that it's 3 units. Okay, we ignore the negative part there, but it's 3 units to get back to the Y. Because it would take us literally to get back to the Y here. We're looking at 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or if it's asking what is the distance between the Y-axis and the point, I just look at my X. So my answer would be 3 units. It's always in positive. It's kind of like absolute value. When we talked about absolute value with integers, it's always going to be a positive value on that. So then for the next one here, we have what is the distance between the X-axis and the point 4, 7. So again, for this one, we have my coordinate plane. Of course, we have my X. Then we have my Y. So we're out here. and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So go back up to my Y here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, let's just redo this because that is terrible. This is why I'm a math teacher. I'm not an artist. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. So let's draw that a little bit better there. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that represents our x-axis. It's a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So on my x-axis, I'm gonna go 4 over, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up right here to 7. Okay. Now it wants to know what is the distance between the x-axis and the point. So this time it wants to know the x. So actually I'm just going to look at the y value. And right there it tells me that it's 7 units away from the x-axis. So if I had to count here, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get back down to the x-axis. So really when you're looking at the total distance between the x and y axis, or either the y axis to the x, you just look at the opposite one. So if it's asking you from the y to the point, you would look at the x value. Okay. If it's asking you like this one here, number 2, if it's asking you from the x axis, which is here, to this point, then all you have to do is look at the y value. Or you can count too. So you know that you had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get back down here to the x-axis. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching.